getting started building your chicken coop. You need to have a place to build it, first of all. I made a little sawhorse here out of a ladder because mine are being used. I'm using that chop saw. You could also use a skill saw. There's my 2x4s. I'm making 2 chicken coops, 3 feet by 8 feet, and I spent $300 today, and so I imagine you could build one of these coops for about $150. You'll start by staining your ceiling, and for this coop you'll have 4 sheets of plywood, and 1 sheet will be the roof. That's what's getting stained with an exterior decking stain right now, and then the other 3 sheets of plywood will be the rest of the coop. You'll use a chalk line and a tape measure, and make sure you take exactly a foot off in a strip horizontally of your remaining 3 sheets of plywood, and check your measurement on the ends as well as the middle. Make sure that's an exact foot. These strips will be used to make the back. We're about to make this cut here, and when you're cutting plywood, there's adhesives that will cause cancer, at least according to California. But anyways, I couldn't find my particle mask, so here's what I'm going to do. Just putting a t-shirt on over my nose. I'm just going to tie the sleeves, and so then I'll wear my eye protection, hearing protection, particle skin protection. Now, I used to not do all this, but I've also gotten stuff in my eyes, respiratory problems, skin irritations, and have hurt my hearing a little bit. So now I go ahead and do all these things. Let's go ahead and, gloves. Let's go ahead and put these on the sawhorse and make these cuts. Well, now we're going to start with the framing. We're going to take our 8-foot lengths of 2x4s, and we're going to cut a little bit off of them so that they're not the same length as our roof exactly, and get a little overhang, and we'll start building the framework. Alright, we got all our panels stained, and we're ready to put our roof on our chicken coop frame. See, there's some cross members to help hold up the roof and to help hold up the floor. Hurricane clips holding it together. The orientation of these boards are such so that you'll have more square footage on your floor. And we're about ready to add the netting, the chicken wire to the bottom and to the front. The chicken coop door, we have a natural fiber wool blanket for a flap, so they can go in there, and that'll keep a little bit of an air seal, keep them warm. Now, if I wanted to, I could remove this ramp, the chicken ramp, and I can shut this door here, and then of course lock them in if I want to, so that I can keep them secure or warm if it's really cold, or leave that open with the ramp so they can go ahead and get out. So there's your chicken door and ramp. I'll show you the inside here. That's how the cloth is attached, just with a board there. Then you'll see that the floor is doubled up wire, so it should be easier for them to walk on and be stronger than a single ply. 2 6-foot dowels make their perch, and that leaves plenty of room for their food and water to go right here. I haven't attached the door here, but that's how we'll access the food and water, and I haven't put on the roof so I could show you this video. The front is all wire also, but this raises up and can be like a sunshade or rain shelter. But so there's that next step. This vertical 2x4 right here is 3 feet tall. This one right here is 4 feet tall. The width of this coop is exactly 3 feet. And that's how I was able to do this with 4 pieces of plywood and you'll see when I'm done, this is kind of designed to not have to make a lot of cuts. Alright, the coop's pretty much done. I still have to finish some laying boxes that are going to go right here. And I need to shovel up all this gravel and put in my pin of chicken wire with these fence posts here. But I don't think I need to cover in this video making the pin. So let me just cover the coop and what we've done with that. I showed you the door over here before. But some little details. I just drilled some holes that are larger than these screws so that this ramp can come off. The door can close. Of course, you got chicken stairs on the ramp and a reinforcement 2x4s on the back. But there's your chicken ramp, removable, that goes in the door. Now, back here, this is probably the main thing that makes this coop neat, is I have a big latch. And I just had to bend that latch so it works right. But this has a drop floor. So I just drop that floor down. So now let's go around here. I have my other door here. And you can see the landing for the food and water right here. And let's go around to the front and I'll show you why the drop floor is neat. If I want to, I can just take a hose and I can hose out this whole coop and hose out the floor and completely clean all the poop out with a hose, or I can just leave the drop floor dropped and the poop will kind of roll out anyways. And so being able to have that drop floor is great for cleaning. Now let's say I want the chickens to be warm. I can shut that drop floor, turn on a heat lamp, then I can close this and shut them in. But if it's summer, I can open this, I can lower the drop floor, and I can hose it down with a hose. So pretty much done. I just need to finish some nesting boxes, paint this thing. I put on a sealer base here, but gotta paint it and rake out the gravel, make the pin. But there you go, a nice coop and designed for about 20 chickens.